intentionally unintelligible. What did I just say? What is this? It's a bit of a tongue twister. It's also a smokescreen, a red flag, and a deliberate attempt to separate you from your money, trick you, or even worse. Hi, I'm Rich Fidlow, and today we're going to take a look at exactly what this is and how it affects you almost on a consistent basis. Now, we're going to break it down into several categories. We have medical billing, insurance policies, investment prospectus, people who don't know what they're talking about, individuals, and anything that has large amounts of small print. Now, let's go right into medical billing. Anyone that's gone to the doctor will know that you'll get a bill from the doctor, you'll get a bill from the radiology, you'll get a bill from blood testing, and it goes on and on. You'll also receive explanation from the insurance company on what's covered, what's not. And these bills, oftentimes you won't receive them for a while. Then all of a sudden you'll start getting them. The explanation of benefits is often many pages thick, and it's unclear exactly what they're telling you. Then you'll send in payments. Sometimes they'll credit your account accordingly, the proper way, and other times they won't. And it raises a lot of questions. Well, here's what I think is happening. I think that not only are they horrifically disorganized, and there's very little communication between the insurance company and all these various entities, the radiology, the blood testing, the doctor's office. Nobody communicates with anyone else. There's no real computerized system that is accurate and up to date. Basically, as time progresses and we're moving into the digital age, they're going from having charts on everyone to putting everything in the computer. It's not working. It's basically a fiasco. Now, there's another thing that's going on, and this is where the intentionally unintelligible part gets a little more pronounced. Here's what it is. Do the insurance companies do this so that they can double bill, which happens, you'll get a bill a year later for the same thing, to increase their revenue to compensate for the uninsured people that do not pay? So it's something to watch out for. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Keep a very close records, very detailed records of your medical bills with your each separate account number, what was paid, the dates, the doctor you saw, because this information is not included with this horrifically archaic medical billing system. Now let's look at insurance companies. You'll get your insurance policy in the mail. It's a big stack of papers this thick. There's a lot of information in there. Who reads these things? There's a lot of small print, a lot of disclaimers. Insurance companies, they're not in the business of paying out claims. They're in the business of collecting premiums. So watch out. Now we've got investment prospectus. Now there's all kinds of investment prospectus out there. But to use an example, back in the housing crisis of 2008-2009, the famous federal chairman, Alan Greenspan, was being interviewed. And they asked him regarding this thick prospectus of the subprime mortgages that were bundled together into this investment. Basically, they were super high risk, that made to look as if there was a very viable investment. He said he couldn't understand it. This is one of the most intelligent people in the world. No one can understand this. Now, to further bring this to light, you would have these hedge fund companies, these big investment companies with these very complex prospectus. They'd invite the SEC agents out to lunch. They're all buddy-buddy. They're shaking hands. They're friends. But nowhere, or very little, or very limited, do they delve into what these small print, these fine print actually means. No one can understand it. It's a deliberate attempt to baffle you, and no one wants to admit that they don't understand, so it scoots by them. And who pays for it? The person who gets stuck at the end. Now we're going to look at people, individuals who don't know. Now there's a lot of this going on. You talk to somebody, oh, they seem to know what they're talking about, and then all of a sudden you ask them a question, and all their words are just jammed together, mumbled together. They'll ask them a question, they'll respond, what did you just say? I didn't understand it. Oh, you don't know. Well, why don't you just admit that you don't know? That'd be a lot better. Now, anything that has a large amount of small print, you know, it's a red flag. Think about this. All these companies have to conform to legal parameters. And they hire their lawyers, and their lawyers say, okay, let's cover our CYA, let's cover ourselves. So they do this by making something intentionally unintelligible. You can't understand it. Watch out, it's a red flag, a smoke screen. Protect your wallet, protect yourself. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe, click the bell, all that other good stuff. We'll see you next time, and that's it.